Yesterday, I told you I was spending the day going through the actual Maryland court records on this case. Not somebody's summary, not a screenshot from somebody's page, the real docket. I wasn't exaggerating. And there's one detail in there that nobody's talking about, a ruling that came down just 3 days before Alicia Brown's final disappearance. That's not a rumor. That's an official court order, and I'm about to show it to you. This morning, I'm walking you through the whole paper trail, the rumors that have been circulating about Big Tigger himself, and why a man sitting in prison right now is speaking out too. Stay tuned. If you're just now finding this story, quick catch up. Big Tigger, radio host married to Alicia Brown. Alicia was arrested July 6th on I-85 in Georgia, felony interference with child custody. Two kids were in that vehicle. One of them is the son she shares with Big Tigger. The other child, I'm not sure who it was, but Alicia Brown was not in that car. Aaliyah is Alicia's daughter from a previous relationship, and she has been missing since May 25th of 2019. Aaliyah's father, Darrell Williams, did an interview on the Nina and Joe show confirming she's alive and closed it with a direct message to his daughter that he's still waiting for her. Now, I didn't just want to repeat what everybody else was saying. I went and got the actual court filings for myself. But before we go any further, let me show you the official statement from the Hartwell County Facebook page after the arrest of Alicia Brown. It confirms the bolo went out. Both children were recovered safely, and Alicia Denise Brown, age 37, was taken into custody and is wanted on warrants out of Maryland and Fulton County. That part isn't speculation. That's the department's own words. Before I get into the docket, I want to give you some backstory because this didn't just start in 2019. According to Maryland Judicial Court records, issues between Darrell Williams and Alicia Brown date back to a 2009 paternity case, years before the custody fight most people even know about. There's also an incident that actually made the news, not just something circulating on social media. WBAL, the Baltimore Sun, and NBC Washington all reported that on New Year's Eve 2013, going into January 1st, 2014, Alicia Denise Brown left her 4-year-old daughter alone in a car at the Maryland Live Casino parking garage for more than 8 hours. Security found the child crying in the back seat around 6:30 that evening. The car had been there since about 10 that morning. The rear windows were covered with blankets. The child was taken into the hospital cold and hungry, but no signs of physical abuse. Alicia was charged with second-degree child abuse, confining an unattended child, and neglect of a minor, and released on a $150,000 bond. And here's the question I can't seem to get past. That happened in January 2014. Darrell didn't even file for custody until 2016, 2 years later. And Alicia was still awarded primary residential custody in January 2018, 4 years after a documented, publicly reported child endangerment arrest. What were the courts thinking? Now, I'm not answering that for you. I'm asking it because the timeline is right there, and it's not speculation. It's public records on both ends. And according to the Maryland court records, Darrell Williams also has a documented history involving domestic violence allegations. Now, I cannot say if he was found guilty of those things or who it was. I'm just citing what was listed in the Maryland Judiciary case search. My point in bringing this up is to show the history of the mother and father and how this seemed to have been a very toxic environment for a little girl. Neither of these two people are being presented to you today as the clean one in this story. Here's what I pulled myself straight from Maryland's public court portal in order dating back to 2016. June 22nd, 2016, Darrell Williams files for custody. Alicia is served that same day. January 2018, a partial settlement, then a consent order, joint legal custody, but Alicia is awarded primary residential custody. January 22nd, 2019, Darrell files an emergency motion to modify custody. January 31st, 2019, the judge rules in his favor. Father is awarded sole legal custody, a shared access schedule, and Alicia is ordered to pay child support. March 29th, it goes further. Amended order. Father now has sole legal and physical custody. Alicia's attempt to stay that order denied. Now, I have to shift sourcing for a second because what happens next isn't in the docket screenshots I pulled myself. This comes from Queen Sheba Darling's YouTube breakdown. So, hear it exactly as it was presented, allegedly. According to Queen Sheba Darling, Alicia took this back to court again after that amended order. And according to her reporting, the judge ruled that the father was to retain custody of the child until the mother started cursing the judge out for allowing the child to remain in the home with the father, which resulted in her being held in contempt and the child being removed from the father's custody and placed in the custody of the state of Maryland. But I know you're asking why, but give me a second and I'm about to tell you. Here's a piece I actually verified myself, independent of Queen Sheba's Darling's YouTube breakdown. I checked Maryland's public sex offender registry directly. LaTroy Dwayne Williams is a registered Tier 3 sex offender in the state of Maryland, convicted of rape in the second degree on April 16, 2012, released August 22nd, 2014. That part is not alleged. That is on the state's own public registry, verifiable by anyone watching this. According to Queen Sheba Darling, this is Darrell Williams' brother, and part of why Alicia allegedly cursed the judge out. Allegedly, he was living with Darrell Williams at that time, and Alicia became belligerent over the child being allowed to remain in a home where the brother had access to the child. I cannot confirm the family relationship or those specific circumstances myself. That piece stays alleged from her reporting. But the fact that this man is a convicted registered sex offender is not a question. That's public record. According to Queen Sheba Darling, that's how Aaliyah ended up placed in state custody in foster care, with Alicia only granted supervised visits and monitored phone calls because the judge allegedly felt the father could not provide reasonable accommodations for the child. Now, I do not have those court records for the custody ruling itself because they were sealed. So again, this is all alleged, but the registry check, I did that myself. Back to what I did verify myself, May 22nd, 2019, the court writes, and I'm reading this directly off the docket, that Mr. Williams, quote, has persisted over years to establish a relationship with the minor child, and there's no objective basis to deny his efforts. The court orders that the child should be able to have a relationship with both parents. Contempt issues are left open. That is not the court handing custody back to anybody. According to Queen Sheba Darling, Aaliyah is still in the state's custody in foster care at this point. This ruling reads like the court making sure Darrell doesn't get shut out while the placement question stays unresolved. Now, according to Queen Sheba Darling, the courts then ordered both parents to complete home visits, full psychological evaluations, and substance abuse services and treatment. The kind of requirements a court puts in place before considering sending a child back to either parent. And according to Queen Sheba Darling, this wasn't a quiet stretch in foster care. Allegedly, this was not the first time Aaliyah ran from state foster care. Reportedly, her the third time, and she didn't come back. And on May 25th is when Aaliyah became the missing person we know today. Now, the court docket is my own paper trail. The foster care placement, the visitation terms, and the runaway history, that's allegedly straight from Queen Sheba Darling's reporting. I want you to know the difference between the two. Shout out to her for providing how to locate this paper trail, and I'll make sure to link the videos in the description so that way you can take a look for yourselves if you have the time and interested. Now, let's jump forward to present day because there's a claim going around that I think deserves some airtime. Well, according to Queen Sheba Darling, the video everybody's seen online, a big Tigger reaching for his phone, Alicia falling to the ground, allegedly was not the footage from the incident he was actually arrested for back in May. Allegedly, it's from a separate, different situation. If that's true, it raises the question of what the actual arrest incident even looked like, since we've never seen that footage. But I want to stress this is allegedly, according to Queen Sheba's Darling's reporting, and I have not confirmed which incident that video is actually from. I promise some of you I'd address this, so let's talk about it and let's keep it real. There's a rumor circulating, according to Queen Sheba Darling's video, that alleged text messages exist between Alicia and Big Tigger where she confronts him about his relationship with another man. And he denies anything happened between them. According to Queen Sheba's Darling, reporting there's an alleged text thread being circulated online said to belong to Tigger and Alicia. I want to be clear, I have not verified this thread myself. There's no confirmed source for it, and I'm only summarizing the general content, not reading the exact quoted lines, because I cannot confirm those texts are real. But according to Queen Sheba Darling's breakdown, the general gist of the alleged exchange is Alicia confronting him about a man she believed he had some kind of relationship with. And in the alleged text message, he denies anything physical happened, but does acknowledge allegedly that meeting the man made him uncomfortable. Alicia in the alleged messages pushes back and says she doesn't believe that's the whole story. Again, alleged, unverified. If you want to see the actual thread and judge the wording yourself, Queen Sheba's Darling video is right there in the description. I'm giving you the shape of what's circulating, not standing here reading you someone's private messages as if I know they're authentic. What I can tell you is that the rumor is connected, according to some viewers, to a much older claim that Corinne Steffens, also known as Superhead, allegedly wrote in one of her books that Big Tigger was low key into men. That's a claim from a published book by a public figure, so I can tell you it exists, but I'm not confirming it's true either way. Here's my honest take, and I want to frame it as a question, not an accusation. If there's truly nothing to hide, a level of privacy between spouses is completely normal and reasonable. But the phone struggle we all saw on video, whatever incident it's actually from, read as pretty extreme for two people with nothing to hide. That's an observation, not a verdict. You can agree or disagree with me in the comments. It's your choice. According to Queen Sheba's Darling's video, there's also a photo of Big Tigger with the local sheriff deputy taking during what looks like a radio station appearance. Some people online are speculating whether a connection like that will have played any role in how fast Alicia's warrant became public. Now, I want to be really clear. That is a photo and a question. It is not evidence of anything, and I'm not accusing any specific officer of anything. There's also a timing question worth mentioning. Aaliyah has been missing since 2019, but the bolo for Alicia wasn't issued until July 6th of this year, right off the heels of the domestic violence allegations and Big Tigger stepping away from the radio station. Does that timing feel coordinated to you?
Is it a coincidence? I ask you, is it a coincidence?
I can't prove it either way. I'm just telling you it's a question being asked, not a fact I'm confirming. Also, allegedly, Darrell Williams has a GoFundMe up. I cannot confirm that this is really him, but I can tell you some viewers found the timing of it questionable, given how long Aaliyah's been missing. A father trying to fund a search for his missing daughter isn't automatically suspicious to me. I'm just telling you, it's out there and people are talking about it, so judge for yourselves. Now, let's get into this. This last part, I need you to really sit with the sourcing because it involves a rape allegation and a man who is currently incarcerated. This is the Neighborhood Talks reporting, okay? Not mine. And I did not independently verify any of it. But I got to tell you about it. So, according to the Neighborhood Talk, the mother of Ramon Joyner's son is speaking out. The Neighborhood Talk reports that Joyner has been incarcerated since 2015 after Alicia Brown accused him of rape. According to their reporting, Joyner has always maintained his innocence, and the mother of his son is asking for an attorney or investigative journalist to take a fresh look at the case in light of the renewed attention on Alicia Brown. The Neighborhood Talk then posted an update, a message Joyner reportedly sent from prison, where he claims Alicia set him up and alleges she pretended to have been assaulted after he declined to have sex with her. Joyner claims he waited in the hotel lobby for police for about 45 minutes. I don't have Joyner's court file. This is one incarcerated man's claim reported by the Neighborhood Talk about a case I have not independently confirmed. I'm just showing you this because it's part of the current conversation around Alicia Brown, not because I'm telling you it's true. Joyner claims what he claims. That's it. You can check that out on the Neighborhood Talk for the official conversation. So here's where I actually land in all of this. The court record is the court record. I read it myself, straight off the Maryland portal, and that part isn't up for debate. Everything else, the foster care details, the different incident claims, the rumors about Big Tigger, the sheriff's photo, and the speculation, the timing questions, the GoFundMe, the Joyner claims, that's all still open. Those are allegations and some theories. Some people with a clear personal stake in how this story gets told is putting it out there in the media. My job isn't to hand you a verdict, it is to hand you the receipts and let y'all sit with it. All allegations discussed are alleged and unconfirmed. All individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty. This video is opinion and commentary under fair use. Clips used under fair use 17 USC section 107 for commentary, criticism, and education. Hey, are you looking to generate a new stream of income? I mean, I'm sure we could all use this, especially in today's economy. Well, let me tell you about something I personally use that generates me a legit side income that doesn't typically take long and is very easy, usually from the comforts of your own home. And we all like easy, legit money, right? Well, it's called Paid for Your Say, where companies pay you for your opinion before they launch products, make decisions, or even go to trial. Focus groups, mock trials, one on one interviews, product testings, all from your phone or laptop on your schedule. One time investment of $225, and you can pay by Klarna Afterpay. My affiliate link is in the description along with the income calculator. This is an affiliate link. I earn a commission at no cost to you, but I would never put anything in front of the royal community I have not personally used. And if you want to protect yourself and love and money, my ebook, Prenups, Postnups, and Power Moves, is linked in the description. Grab your copy for $12.99 before you go. If you made it this far, you are already royal, and I genuinely appreciate that. The subscribe button is right there if you want to make it official. If I gave you something to think about today, the like button would mean a lot. And the comments, I read every single one. Drop yours because I honestly want to know what you think about the information provided today. Oh, I'm so glad I got that out. I hope it was good. But until next time, stay crown royals, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.